saying that, like, you say UK hip hop because you're proud of saying it, and yeah, all that. But that's exactly what I mean about saying it's the intention behind how you use it. Like, we kind of, I don't want to use the word suffer, but we kind of suffer the same thing as female artists as well. Like, we get labeled as female rapper or femcs, and it's like, it's the same exact debate of labeling. And it's like, why can't we just be like, yeah, we run a hip hop event, or we're a rap crew or a rap collective. It's always a female rap collective, or do you know what I mean? But at the same time, we embrace the term because we are proud of it, and we're a minority in a really massive male-dominated scene. Even sitting on this panel, like, I'm a female rapper amongst all you guys. Obviously, Shantae, I've seen you rap on your thing, actually. But yeah, like, do you know what I mean? So we're a minority, so it makes us proud to use the term. And it's almost the same as initially starting, like, the UK hip-hop scene was much smaller than what was out there and what was happening in America. So it is using it in that proud way. That's why, like, when we're putting on a Women in Hip Hop live event at the Jazz Cafe, we're proud of celebrating women in hip hop. So I think it's not using it in a bad intention if someone does label UK hip hop, as long as, you know, you're doing it proudly. And I think those labels are forever going to be there. The only time they'll ever drop, I really don't know if they will. Even like the South Bank, director of the South Bank is a woman, and a lot of people don't know that, but they call her like the biggest female art director. Why? But do you know what I mean? And it's like, or if there's like an Asian football player, or like, those labels are always going to be there. And until everybody drops those labels and stops using it, they will always be there. So it's either embracing it and using it with a good intention and following it through with your actions, or no one use the label. And I personally, even though I'd like to think it will, I don't think it's going to go away. So that's what I feel when you say you use UK hip hop proudly. I think it's because of the...
Because I'm proper not one of those people that, like, I go around saying, no, UK hip hop, because I actually think it's a bit, like, saying that, it does create problems, and there's certain connotations that go with it, yeah? But because of what you were saying, is that it always goes back to that. Like, I tour internationally a lot, yeah? And like, when we go to other places and that, I always end up being known as the London rapper. Do you see what I'm saying, yeah? So it's just a thing of, because it's so show and prove, like this hip hop thing, yeah? I'm like, all right, as soon as I get on the mic and spit, all that stuff's gonna go out the window, and all they're gonna remember is the bars. Yeah, so I'm confident in that, yeah. So with me, it's more like a thing of, yeah, it's like claiming it back, but not on an extra thing. Like, I don't go around rocking t-shirts that say UK hip hop, UK hip hop. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. No, but you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, it's one of those things.
You're proud
of it. I don't have a problem with it. I think there's enough good people from back in the day, and I don't think it's good enough just to say, all right, yeah, people done bare stuff back in the day, and that's it. They still got to be good. But I think it all comes down to show and prove, yeah? So I just want to clarify, because I don't want to be like the champion for the term UK hip hop on the panel.
I've got a question for you then. Yeah. So when you say you're proud of UK hip hop, how far does that spread for you?
What, how far back?
No, in terms of
what,
how broad in the
I'm into
sense that...
spitting.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I I rate Task Force Chester P. I like Lady Leisha. I like Gets. I like Coke Tunes. I like Lunacy. I like T and Mice. I think they're two of the best people in the UK, like spitting wise. For me, it's literally, I like certain tunes. When people create tunes, there's a Wiz Khalifa mixtape I proper like. There's certain Wiz Khalifa tunes I like. Big fan of Rascas, Terminology, bare underground spitters. For me, it's just about the music that gets made. I literally, like, if I showed you what's on my iPhone, it's just mad different stuff, man. Little Youngers in my ends that I work with, they make some good tune. I like that. Dubstep. On a spitting thing, I just listen for good spitting.
What about everybody else? Because in terms of like grime, a lot of those guys that say, well, I don't make UK hip hop. A lot of guys who do this road rap kind of thing, they don't make UK hip hop or grime. Everyone makes, I don't know, wavy, spaced out. I don't know. Everyone's got some next names for
yeah.
Hip hop
same shit, different toilet.
Same
shit, different toilet.
So yeah, one thing that's interesting for me is how far does everybody put that term UK hip hop? Is it? Are we just saying that because we don't have a name for?
When I saw Soul Solid get a #1 with 21 Seconds, I was like, that's hip hop, because they are, whether they know it or not, they're standing on the shoulders of people who've gone before them. doing what they're doing because they're rapping. Let's not. Let's not.
Let me just ask you: when you say that's hip hop, do you mean the music or the attitude?
The attitude and the fact that they're rapping, so they are representing hip hop. And whether that's controversial or not, I don't really. But the thing is, you know, there are people that came from the scene before, you know, that made it to the top of the pops and did their thing. Shout out to the Cookie Crew and you know whoever else. But you know, like, are you gonna tell me Kano's not hip hop?
I just want to say, this is what I want to
see,
say.
When there was that whole debate about, UK garage versus UK hip hop, and people kept coming at me with that, and they had all these corny debates and these things, magazine articles, and like, come on, man, just you know.
I have a lot of respect for you, but I get what you're saying, but I do think there is a difference. But I basically, where I started MCing to garage, I was like MCing with boys in my school, and I started going to open mics and going on pirate stations and stuff. And I was writing poetry. I come from a spoken word and a poetry background as well. I loved hip hop. I loved rapping, but I was very shy. But when it came to garage and MCing, and I know it's not the correct exact term because of MC and what it means and all that, but for me, there's a difference between MCing, because we used to class MCing as to garage and rapping was to hip hop. And that's what I come from, and that's what I'm just talking from a personal background. But for me, So Solid, for real, I get that they're like barring, they're writing lyrics and stuff, but for me, they were MCing, they were garage.
Shay D, come on, that brother can rap.
But do you get?
All right, let's get it over it.
For me, both whether the music that you make is grime or hip hop, the action that you're doing is rapping. For me, rapping's an action. The MC's the MC for me as well. MC might not necessarily be the artist or might not necessarily be the rapper. I think all those kind of terms are all
the MC aspect really for me would have been some of them drum and bass, man, like is it what them names do that again, all them, because they're pure vibes. They're not really so much about lyrics. Like, you go in and they'll chat for 4 hours and just do vibes and just do energy, and you know.
To say that in hip hop, that's kind of what Chief Keef does. Bare repetitive stuff that doesn't rhyme properly and it's more vibesy, yeah. No, but what I'm saying is it's more like it's varied styles. No, I don't either, yeah. But what I'm saying is it's more about varied styles, and I think like, as when I was a youth, all my brethren in my ends, they all used to MC, and I was the rapper of the clique. And when they used to go and play at nights, they'd be doing their garage sets or whatever. Then they'd be like, yeah, throw in a hip hop tune. We're gonna get my man to come out, and then I'd come out. So there is a proper distinction.
Yeah, but I think it's the definition, because then how many KRS tunes you hear him talking about the real MC, the MC, this and that.
Tell KRS that he's not an MC, that he's just a rapper.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd have to run for that.
And the other thing I think that we're forgetting is that rapping is just like an element of hip hop. That's like part. And so if someone's rapping all of a sudden on like classical music, is that classical music what rap music now? Do you know what I mean?
It's like
I think that's where it all gets a bit blurry. But going back to like calling, say, So Solid or Dizzy or whoever hip hop, if they don't call themselves hip hop, I don't think everybody else should. I think what happened was that whoever they were signed to, like the industry needs to take it somewhere and call it something. They couldn't go to America and go, yo, check out this grime stuff. They were like, grime, like put it in the washer, like clean it or something. They had to go, yeah, this is like hip hop from the UK. This is UK hip hop. Do you know what I mean? And that's where, and then all of a sudden it's got blurry. But I don't even think most of them call themselves hip hop. Swiss might be like, yeah, well, I was listening to, Nas or listening to blah, blah, blah. And so from that element, but I don't feel like even they represent, they class themselves as hip hop. So why should everybody else?
It's blurry, like.
I'm gonna be real, yeah. Like I'm gonna be really real. I'm gonna be so real right now. Okay, no.